Thank you.
Natasha, if you could mute yourself, please.
Yes. 1 second, please.
Thank you.
Stand by for air. We're going live. 5, 4, 3.
Everybody mute your phones. Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Senior Affairs Committee meeting for February 28th, 2022. We're very excited to see everyone again. The mission statement of the committee is to be advocates for the betterment of our seniors by promoting the physical, emotional, and social well-being of adults aged 55 years and older living in our diverse community of Miami Beach. My name is Debbie Quaid, and I am your chairperson for the Senior Affairs Committee. And along with my co-chair, Oscar Lorente, we welcome you with our board members into a wonderful, exciting meeting today. The first thing we'd like to do is the approval of the minutes from January 2022. They've been sent out to all of the committee members. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from 2022?
Yes.
Magui
Yes.
makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Natasha, you second?
Sorry for inconvenience. Hello.
Okay,
Good
do we have
morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Do we have a second for the approval of the minutes?
Okay, may I?
Yes, Natasha second. All those
Yes.
in favor? Aye.
Everything is okay.
Any
Good morning.
approved?
Yes.
Okay, the minutes for January 2022 are so passed and they will go into the record. This morning, we have a very exciting talk. We're going to deal with the ethics and sunshine laws. We're going to have a briefing by Ferosha Andashiba and Greg Crow from the City Attorney's Office. Welcome, both of you. And we'll turn it over to you. We'll all mute our microphones and listen to our ethics sunshine law update.
Good morning,
Okay.
everyone. Happy to be here. Hope everyone's I'm here to briefly discuss the wonderful sunshine law that we have here in the state of Florida. Sunshine law can be found in the state constitution and under state statutes. Basically, it's a constitutional right that safeguards the right of the public to attend and have access to certain meetings of public officials and certain governing bodies, and to stay informed. There are 3 basic requirements. 1, the meetings must be publicly noticed. 2, they must be open to the public. And 3, minutes must be taken. The law applies equally to elected bodies such as the mayor and city commission, as well as appointed officials and advisory boards such as this committee. By advisory boards, we mean that it applies to any gathering of 2 or more members of the same board to discuss committee business. So what that means is board members are only permitted to communicate with each other about committee business at the committee's publicly noticed meeting. Now, you might ask yourself, what is committee business? The definition is very broad. That includes matters that could foreseeably come before you. So anything within the scope of the committee would be considered committee business. So for example, if it's not on last month's agenda or the upcoming agenda, but it's an issue that could foreseeably come before the committee, you should refrain from discussing it with each other outside of the board meetings. And that applies, that means any form of communication, emails, texts, phone calls, social media, written correspondence, in-person conversations, especially if it concerns committee business, It should not be discussed outside of these properly noticed meetings that are open to the public. So discussing committee business via emails between each other, even if you might inadvertently CC city staff, is still prohibited because it's not publicly noticed. Let me see what else. Right, and because if it's not open to the public, there are no minutes being taken, and the meeting's not properly recorded. This doesn't mean if you have a personal or professional relationship with a fellow committee member, you can still have that relationship outside the committee. You just aren't permitted to discuss committee business, and you should wait until the meeting to go through your concerns. Violations carry both civil and criminal penalties, but no more than $500 and a fine. If it's an intentional violation, however, that would most likely be considered a second-degree misdemeanor, carrying criminal fines and imprisonment, which nobody really wants to get into. So, Sunshine Law ties into the Public Records Act, which generally grants citizens to inspect and copy all public records. We live in a sunshine state, so that's kind of where the name comes from. Public records are those records that perpetuate, formalize, or transmit any knowledge made or received in connection with official city business. That means all emails you exchange with city staff, city commissioners, all of the emails you may exchange with the public in your capacity as a board member, and all of your minutes, motions might be subject to public record. Each of us is the custodian of our public records, and you're responsible for maintenance of those public records. So to that end, we recommend that you CC city staff when exchanging emails with others outside of your committee, in your capacity as committee members, because the city keeps all of our emails on a server, and you wouldn't have to worry about accidentally deleting an email, which would be a public record, right? So an example might be a copy of an email sent to and from members of the Miami Beach Women's Committee, for example. You might be required to produce those emails at a later time. And to that end, I think that's all I have. So are there any questions?
I have a question, just to kind of go over it. We, as committee members, are not allowed to discuss any committee business or anything that may become committee business with each other unless it is a publicly noticed meeting. So if we have a question or a concern or something we'd like to share with other committee members, we send it to our staff liaison, and then the staff liaison can distribute to the whole committee?
That's correct. That would be your best course of action in that particular instance.
Okay. And what about if we're discussing with another committee, say the Women's Business Council, and we're having an email exchange about potentially having a speaker from our committee to their committee or their committee to our committee, that is still considered something that has to go through staff?
Not necessarily something that has to go through staff, but because the way the law is written, it's your best bet to wait until the meeting and to have that information publicly noticed. And I think it kind of goes to efficiency as well, because other members might have something to say about it. Other members might want to discuss it. So, you know, in the interest of efficiency as well, it might make more sense to just wait until you guys have the meeting and then discuss it. But yes, to answer your question, that would be with the Sunshine Law.
Are committee members required to either read any booklet on the Sunshine Laws and sign off that they have, or take a particular course on the Sunshine Laws to be a committee member?
I don't know that there are specific requirements at this time to educate yourself. I do know, well, I shouldn't say that, to educate yourself, to read, you should obviously read the statute, read the sunshine law to familiarize yourself. But beyond the scope of the information that I just covered, there, to my knowledge, are not any requirements.
Okay. And Louis, I believe that the city does have a booklet or a package on sunshine laws for committee members to review. And I think they do provide it to all of us. So please, everyone, make sure that you read it and understand it. Does anybody have any questions for Gray? Well, we've got him captive here. No? All right, I think that was an excellent review. Thank you so much for giving us your time this morning, and have a beautiful day in the city of Miami Beach.
Of course, you as well. Enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Thank you. Bye.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just as part of the, I think the only requirement that exists is that we hold this sunshine briefing with the city attorney's office at our first meeting or the first meeting every year. So this is, we're complying, we're checking that box, if you will.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for checking on that. Appreciate it. And thank you for organizing as always. Next, we have the update on 87th Street and Harding Avenue crosswalk by the Department of Transportation and Mobility.
And
do
I
we
think
have-
Josiel is on. There we go.
Morning.
Morning, Josiel. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me here, and I appreciate the invite to provide this update. This is a project where, through your same committee, we had requested to DOT a couple of years ago, I believe, and DOT went ahead and studied it and found the project warranted. What they have done is that they put it in their 5-year work program about a year ago. What we're trying to right now work with DOT to try to advance the project. The project is funded. It is in the 5-year work program, but it is a little bit far out. They're slated to start design in June 2023, and actually have construction in because there's a right-of-way portion to this in which they have to acquire a piece of right-of-way in order to place the traffic signal. They have 1 year for right-of-way acquisition, and then the project is supposed to enter the construction phase in June 2025. So we're trying to work with DOT now to see if they can identify funding in the current year to try to advance the design, so to see if we can get this advanced by a couple of years. That is the next step. We're trying to do this at a staff level, and other than that, we'll then reach out to our administration and perhaps even our commission to put together an item to urge DOT or to request that DOT advance these funds.
And so what is the next immediate step?
The next immediate step that we are doing is we're working with DOT to try to identify funds from the state to try to advance the project, to see if we can get the project in design as early as June of this year. The project has about a year of design, so that would put us about 2 years in advance in terms of the implementation. The implementation is the project is supposed to be in construction June 2025 and last about 6 months of construction, 6 months to a year of construction. If we can advance that, we can be in construction as early as next year or early 2024.
That's fantastic. Does anybody have any questions? Louis.
Madam Chair, so Josiel, this sounds to me like it's because I think the concern for the sidewalk was on 87th and Harding only, but it sounds to me like this is a bigger project. Could you speak to that?
Well, this one is an isolated project. 87th and Harding is an isolated project. However, we have DOT is doing a project sort of at the same time on Harding that is a milling and resurfacing project. And that project is going to include additional crosswalks at 79th and Harding and 83rd and Harding. So there is other crosswalks coming in, but this one is an isolated project. From a timeline perspective, I think it's going to turn out that everything is going to be in construction at the same time. So it's going to look as something, as a planned project, but realistically, from a funding perspective, it's two separate projects. But there are more crosswalks coming to the area. Like I said, 79th and 83rd are also part of it. There's also 2 additional crosswalks that DOT is studying for us in the area to try to include in a future project as well.
Thank you.
My
Does
pleasure.
anybody have any other questions?
I think Gabby has raised her hand.
Yes, I understand about the project need they need is how to explain. It will be possible to do something temporary, some sign in this place in the bus is stop in Harding to protect the people.
I will definitely take a look at that, Miss Baglietto. I will take a look at that and work on that with FDOT and see what temporary signage can be placed in order to do an interim solution to the area.
Yes, because it's not expensive to to do that. There are very inexpensive signage to advise the drivers to be careful about in this area because we cross Stella Maris we cross in this area. It's very important.
Completely understood. I'll see what we can do with the state. Fortunately or unfortunately, this is a state road. So we have to work with the Florida Department of Transportation to see what is the best approach and what they're willing to approve. We just, we need to keep in mind that this area of, 87th and there is no existing crosswalk. So crossing there and establishing something temporary is going to be a little bit tough from a design perspective, but there's always a solution that can be reached. So I'll reach out to their safety office over there and see what we can do on an interim basis.
Yeah, so if I have some of them in Harding, 3 blocks maybe after this area is very very silent. Okay, what about when some street is broken? You put something, right? Some signals. It's like this to advise the drivers. This is the point.
No, I completely understand your concern about having an immediate as possible of a solution. And I think we're on the same page when it comes to that. That's why we're trying to advance the project as much as possible. But if there is an interim solution that can be reached, I mean, the area is a little bit challenging. There's a little bit of curvature in the area, so visibility, it could be challenging, but we'll explore everything we can with the Florida Department of Transportation. I'll reach out to their safety office this morning and just get that, get this request out to them.
Okay, I say there are some people can't to go to the beach because it's very dangerous this cross in Harding.
Understood. I'll work with them to see what immediate solution we can find.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm sorry. The other point now, Gabby, FPL have a big construction in this street. So it's a lot of trucks on the street.
Okay. I will share that as well. I know that construction project, so I'll share that as well. And maybe even as part of the construction project, and I'll see what the FPL schedule is. But maybe as part of the construction project, they can designate a flagman to help people cross. We'll see what we can do in those terms. There is no existing crosswalk. I think the challenge that we have is that there is no existing crosswalk. It's not like we're trying to upgrade a crosswalk. We're trying to do a completely new crosswalk. So therein lies a little bit of a challenge, because having even a temporary crosswalk there, if you don't have the proper, it's 3 lanes, there's a curve. So having, even a temporary crosswalk there could present a challenge in terms of its safety. But I do understand that people are crossing there, so something interim will certainly be better than having no crosswalk at all. So I'll work on those 2 fronts. I'll talk to the state about something temporary, and I'll also reach out to the FPNL project manager to see if there's anything we can do in the interim through the medium of flagman.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Okay, thank you so much for all your work that you're doing on it. We appreciate it. And thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good day, everyone.
You too. Bye.
Carolina, I know you have to go, but before you go, can I just I think we now have quorum. I just wanted to make sure that we approve the meetings minutes before
minutes.
Carolina leaves. Yeah, if I can just have another motion and a second for the minutes.
Someone like to make a motion to approve the minutes? Unmute.
Okay, Carolina makes the
Aye.
motion.
Marguerite?
Second,
Yes,
Yeah. I approve.
okay, great.
All those in favor? Aye.
Everything
Opposed?
Unanimous.
Unanimous approval of our minutes, officially.
Officially, thank you.
Discussion for each senior representative. Blackstone Apartments. Maria, are you with us this morning?
Maria is not with us.
Okay. Council Towers South. Natasha, any updates? Unmute. Natasha, unmute.
Okay.
Yes.
I say good. Good morning again. The residents of the Council Tower South are fine, thanks to God. The repair works continues on the parking lot, walls, floor of the corridors, balcony, and more. The elevators are working very well. Thank you.
Thank
And-
you.
Debbie, today is Natasha's birthday.
Yes,
Natasha, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Natasha. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much. So happy. Surprise.
You look fabulous.
Yes.
Council Towers North. Gladys, are you with us today?
I do not,
No.
Gladys is not
I'm
with
there.
us.
Federation Towers.
Yes, I'm here, Maui.
Yes.
Okay. Our building is still in reconstruction, but we almost finished. All the impact windows are done, and we have a very graceful because we are going to have different classes like a meditation and painting, like a Zumba, yoga, and I missed one. Oh, we are going to start flamenco. So all the residents have the option to be healthy and moving. Okay, so everything is good here. Thanks a lot.
That's
Okay.
fantastic. Great to hear.
Thank you.
For Freedom, Zenilda, unmute yourself, please. Good morning. Unmute.
Okay. I'm
For
here.
Freedoms, how are things there?
Okay. Well, first of all, I would like to say welcome to Luis because last meeting I was not present. Okay. All right. For Freedom, everything's okay because we finished our reconstruction and things are becoming, they are starting to have events. Sorry. The only thing is at the beginning of the month, February 9th, we had a fire in the building. Yeah. And it was on my floor. The lady accidentally touched the bottom for the stove and started a fire. And thanks our fire department, everything went well. We had a lot of water and we didn't have to evacuate the building. Everything was okay. And up to now, everything is okay.
Well, that's good to hear. And I'm sure the fire department checked everybody's smoke detectors.
Of course.
And
Yes, we had plenty of water because they tried to.
so is there anyone in the building that you feel that needs anything?
No, the
You're
person,
okay?
yes, the person, the resident who was leaving the unit, they
Okay.
moved her to another unit until
Okay.
they have everything done. Okay.
Okay,
It's under control.
okay, that's very good to hear.
Okay. So,
Rebecca Towers, we do not have someone representing Rebecca Towers. Oh, Louis, yes.
Yeah, so I've been working with the administration at Rebecca Towers to identify somebody who would want to come and represent. We have reached consensus on somebody, but the board has to make the formal nomination and they're not meeting till later in March. So it
Okay.
looks like we'll have the person, because the city commission is going to be meeting next week. It looks like we'll have the person approved at the April city commission meeting. That's the time.
Fantastic, fantastic. And everything's okay with them when you were talking to them? They don't need anything from our committee right now?
They're good. They continue. I think they're renovating their elevators. So
Okay,
Magnolia hasn't mentioned anything as of yet. Yeah.
okay. Stella Maris. Gabby?
Hi. Well, everything is okay. Nothing, any news, special news. But just only we would like to know if there are any free tickets distribution for seniors, because it's been a while since we received any invitation.
What are you looking for?
Tickets like to show theaters or maybe movies. I don't know. I am.
Who is in charge of getting those for you in the past?
Yeah. For senior, Gloria.
Gloria?
It probably is Gloria Campos with the mayor's office. And so I will ask her and get back to the committee, and I'll email everybody.
Thank you.
And then additionally, the city's doing a lot of March spring programming. So I'll ask about that too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anything else, Gabby?
No.
Okay,
Thank
great. Unidad. Larissa?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Happy Monday. We are continuing serving our seniors, and nothing has changed in our programming yet. We have still the classes. We have a new Tai Chi instructor, Elaine. We have Fernando Dance Fusion. The only class that we have stopped doing is the resistance training until the city gets a new instructor for that one. And for the rest, we're fine and everything is okay here. So if you want to keep sending people so we can refer to the vaccination site or the COVID test, we're still doing that too.
Great, thank you so much. Hispanic Affairs Committee, Gabrielle, I see you there.
Hey, good morning. Good morning to all. Happy Monday. The Hispanic Affairs continues to meet. We are meeting tomorrow for the first time in person. We will be meeting at 6 p.m. at Chalang. If anybody cares to present anything in person, you're more than welcome at the reasonable hour opportunity.
Do you want to repeat the location again in case any of our Facebook friends missed it? And if you, the address is the corner of, yeah, go ahead.
It's Chalang. It's on Washington and 16th at 6 p.m. We will be hosting our monthly meeting there. We are working on numerous issues right now. Really, really have flourished. But the main one that we are working on is for Simón Bolívar. Simón Bolívar event will be stated this year. I think it's going to be on Saturday. No, it's going to be on Sunday, July 24th. Sunday, July 24th. And it's this year we're going to be honoring Peru. And we'll have highlighting, events from Peru, obviously, to Simón Bolívar, but also highlighting Peru. Other than that, if you have anything that you'd like to for us to look at or address, please come and join us at our meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Chalang, again at Washington and 16th Street from 6 to 8, where we will be discussing our monthly March meeting. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that sounds exciting in July. Keep us posted. Jewish Community Services, Sandra? I don't
She's
think we
not
have
on.
Sandra. Okay. And I know that Mount Sinai Medical Center, Oscar is not able to join us this morning, but there wasn't really anything new and updated there. March calendar events. Do you have, Louis, the calendar schedules to post up?
Yes, I mean.
We just want to remind everyone, there's Flamingo Park, there's North Shore Park and Youth Center, and Scott Rakout Youth Center. So this one, I believe, is from
North Shore Park.
North Shore Park. If you look at this, you can see that there's outdoor yoga, Tai Chi, chair yoga. Chair yoga is really interesting. I did chair yoga when my arm was in a sling, and it's wonderful. There is a lunch program, and there's a youth fair friendship. There are bingo events. So please reach out to these parks and take advantage of the programming and the events. This is Unidad, and that is on 71st Street?
This is North Shore, yes, so 70.
It's Unidad. It's Unidad. It's 7251 Collins. You can see
Thank
it
you.
right there. Unidad.
Big, beautiful building. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and the next one is,
South
this
Shore.
is Scott Rayco, and that is on 20, let's see, Pine Tree Drive and 25th. I think that's right, Louis. So for all of the Collins Park neighborhood people, this is an easy sidewalks to get to. You can walk to it, Tai Chi, dance fusion, chair yoga. Take advantage of that. During the week of March 21st to the 25th, there will not be any senior programming. And that's it for Scott Rayco. And then we have Flamingo Senior Center, that is off Meridian Avenue, and it is between 11th and 13th. There is a swimming pool, water aerobics, dance fusion, and again, no senior programming the week of March 21st to the 25th. So if you need more information, either reach out to those centers, or you can always reach out to Louis at the City of Miami Beach. And Louis, do you want to give people your email address in case they don't have it?
Yes, it's Luis, Luis, Callejas, that's my last name, CALLEJAS at Miami Beach FL altogether.gov.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
New business. Does anybody have any questions on the senior programming, the calendar of events? Nope. New business. Upcoming meeting dates. In your agenda, you are going to see our next meetings. March, they're all held at 9:30 a.m. They're on Facebook. They're on Zoom. You'll get the link from Luis. Pronounce your name.
Luis.
There you go. Okay. Monday, March 28th. I should take some of the adult Spanish classes. Monday, March 28th. Monday, April 25th. Monday, May 3rd. Monday, June 27th. Monday, July 25th. Monday, August 22nd. Monday, September 26th. Monday, October 24th. Monday, November 28th. And Monday, December 26th. We'll address the dates in the future, being so close to holidays.
Correct.
For March meeting, one of the topics that we're talking about is an update on voter protection. We mentioned that in the past. And does anyone else have some ideas they'd like to present to our March meeting?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Maggie, do you have something you wanted to present?
No.
Yes, go ahead.
No, thank you.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Can anyone else think of something that?
Yes, I wanted to ask, does the city still have the motor vehicle date that they come to City Hall where individuals can come and get an ID or a driver's license for through motor vehicles? It used to be, I don't know now after COVID.
Yeah, so if I can speak to that, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's in coordination with the Department of Motor Vehicles and Highway Safety, I think. So they have come, I remember, I think Commissioner Gongora's office coordinated it in the past. So I can certainly look into that. It's not a city-owned asset, so it would be.
Right, but I'm only asking because at this past, believe it or not, this past weekend, I was approached by someone, and I was asked that, that they're having difficulties going, getting, their ID, not, a driver's license. They wanted an ID, and they need an ID, and they wanted to know if it was still being done. And I said, I have no idea. I'll ask. And so I just thought of it right now.
It's been a while since they've been here, I think. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a great, I know that the county is bringing it back through the county's bringing it back through the Elder Affairs Committee, which is, the county has a senior affairs committee, just like the city has, and they're bringing it back here at the county level through the senior committee. So when I was asked, I was like, oh my God, let me see if Miami Beach still has theirs.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll look into it and inform the committee accordingly.
Thank you.
That would be great. Luis, I know the city of Miami Beach had income tax assistance. The deadline, obviously, April 15th. I want to hear from all of the representatives. Do you have assistance for your seniors for doing their income taxes?
Yes.
Yes. So Luis, if you could just look into the program and see if it still exists, and then maybe at our next meeting, we can put it out there for any seniors that are listening or need information and kind of find out where and what they do.
Debbie, I can send you the information from AARP. They are the ones that have some sites that are doing that. I do not know at this moment if they have any site in Miami Beach, but I can send you all the information that I have.
That would be great. Thanks. Send it to Luis and he will send it off to probably all of us could benefit from it. But I thought I saw a link about the city of Miami Beach specifically, so that would be great too.
Correct. So maybe that, since we're talking on the topic of March, maybe that could be something that the city, I don't know which department it would be, but they could present and talk to seniors. I love that topic. Great idea, Chair.
Thank you.
I have a lot of people coming into the center and asking us, because Unidad used to do it years before. We don't have that program anymore. I believe the person that was doing it passed. But yeah, that will be great to know.
Yeah, our March meeting is perfect, Chair. Genius.
Yes, it is towards the end of the month. So if anybody needs the information sooner, check back with Luis in the middle of the month. Give him a few weeks to get some information.
And Maggie, you had a question?
Yes, I have an idea. I don't know if it's still doing that, but across the Miami Beach City Hall, after the parking lot is a place that doing all the taxes and everything, helping the community. I was doing I'm not doing it every single year because I don't need it. I'm retired. But if I work in and I receive some money, so I go over there. But I'm not sure exactly what is the address. I believe it's 517 or something. It's exactly in 17th Street after the parking lot. And that is a very nice program over there. And they receive it and doing it for free. Okay.
So Maggie, I think what you're talking about is what the press release came out. I think what you're referencing is our Department of Housing and Community Services.
Exactly. That's the one. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So maybe I can bring them next month. I'll circulate the information, but maybe I can bring them next month and have them formally present and talk to everybody.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Staff liaisons report.
Yeah, so I just wanted to just mention our food distributions for March. And I'll circulate the flyer after the meeting as well, so everybody has it. But we're going to be doing one this Sunday, March 6th, in Mid Beach, and the address is 4000 Chase Avenue. And that's going to be in conjunction with Temple Beth Shalom's annual Mitzvah Day. So we're going to have a youth volunteer group assist us with that. So that's March 6th, this Sunday. And then the next one will be a Thursday in South Beach, March 17th, at the South Shore Community Center, 833 6th Street. And then we will finish the month on Thursday, the 31st of March in North Beach at the North Shore Library, 7501 Collins Avenue at 9 a.m. The only one that starts at 10 is the one in Mid Beach because it's Sunday. So Thursday, the 17th at 9 and Thursday, the 31st at 9 as well.
Perfect.
And then just the other thing that I wanted to mention, at the early February commission meeting, the city commission authorized committees to continue meeting virtually. And so we can continue this, or if you want to change. So I wanted to get everybody's temperature on if this is convenient, we're authorized to continue to do so. So I wanted to mention that and put it on the table.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
All right, I would like to continue with virtual. Shall we go down our list? Maria, everyone can unmute and give us your opinion. Natasha, virtual or in person?
Virtual.
Virtual. Maggie?
Yeah. Virtual.
Gabriela? Gabrielle?
I think he's away.
Okay.
Enilda virtual.
Enilda virtual, okay.
Okay.
Larissa,
I'm sorry, Luis, can you repeat that?
do you prefer continuing to meet virtual because the city
Yeah.
authorized us to
Yeah, I
continue?
responded. I said virtual, definitely.
Okay,
Thank you. So I think we pretty much have everybody that's present virtual. Thank you
Thank you.
all. Is
Thank you.
there
It's a
any,
pleasure.
is there
that's
any,
Gabby.
new-
Okay, great.
Yeah, virtual too.
Thank you, Gabby.
is there any new business that we have not covered before we adjourn today? Yes.
Just wanted to mention one more thing. The commission has been debating and discussing a lot the alcohol sales hours. So I just wanted to brief that because that's been very much the topic of conversation during our February meetings. You know, there was a ballot in November that it passed. So what I wanted to highlight is Commissioner Fernandez sponsored an item at the last week's commission meeting that from March 7th through the 24th, I believe, alcohol sales will be to 2 a.m. south of 16th Street. Just so everybody has that in mind. Not that you're going to be doing that till 2 a.m., but it's just because of March being such a impactful month for the city. That's the rationale behind that. So that's what significantly has happened. And that the permanent decision still remains.
So we should adjust our partying plans accordingly, everyone.
Correct.
Okay, well, that concludes our meeting for February 28th, 2022. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Maggie, motion to adjourn. Maggie,
No,
a second.
no,
Seconded?
I said.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you,
Aye.
everyone. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
month.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, who
Thank
was the
you.
second? Who was the second?
Second, Natasha. I think Natasha second.
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Happy birthday, Natasha.
Happy birthday.
Have a
Thank you
beautiful
so much.
day.
So happy.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Hey,
Bye.
hey, bye-bye.
One
Thank
day we
you.
will celebrate my birthday.
Yes, we
Exactly.
will.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Louis, you need to end the meeting, Louis.
Sorry, thank you.